my 2025 LinkedIn growth strategy if I started from zero to sign clients. So this entire video has the purpose of signing clients. So if you're looking to just build an audience, there is going to be some tips in here, but the main purpose of it is to actually sign clients. So let's get into this now. So this is the best LinkedIn resource that you are going to get until I create another, simply because there's no fluff in here. Everything I put in here is actual strategies I use for my clients and myself. So just to give a little bit of an introduction, I'm Logan Gott. So I've been writing online for over 3 years, and now I ghostwrite for founders and agency owners you probably know, like Kanan Joma, Andre Hakel, and Christian Bonnier, among others. So I've added thousands of followers and millions of views for myself and clients. So here's just some recent results we've had. So like for Kanan, he closed a client, 3K setup and then 4K retainer, added 2,000 followers in under 90 days. For Christian, we added 130 followers in 1 day for his account, took his account from 7,000 to 8,000 followers. And there's a bunch of other results that you can see here. So I don't want to waste your time with all my bragging. The point of this was just to prove that I have done this and it's going to work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, this is because you're not following it well enough. Because I've worked with everyone: AI business owners, SEO, recruiting agency owners, cold email, YouTube, community builders, SaaS founders, and the list could go on. The point is, anyone can get results if they actually follow this. All right, my rant is done, I promise. Let's get into this. Step 1. So identify your audience. So the reason I have to start with this is because the actual implementation, steps 2 through 4, are going to be of little effect if there isn't purpose behind those steps. You'll understand when I get to those steps. So first of all, you need to remember that the purpose of LinkedIn is to funnel your viewers into clients. It's not simply put out content and hope to get leads. So to begin, we need to get hyper clear on what your audience/ICP is. So finding the right audience starts with extreme clarity. Like I said, hyper clear on your audience, your ICP. So your ICP needs 3 core elements. 1, industry. So we need to choose one industry you are going to serve. So you can be very specific. You can go for helping SaaS owners, helping e-com businesses, helping email marketers. Or you can go less specific if your business can help more of a general audience, like business owners, founders, or startups, because business owners can encompass quite a few more agency or business types. So if you want to be more specific, go with something like what I have here. If you have less specific and your offer helps with more of a broad audience, then go with the less specific things. But dial in one of these industries because it is going to help your targeting a ton and your positioning. So choose one and write it down. I want you to write it down because it is going to help when you have no idea what to post, because then you're going to be able to actually have a clear content angle. Plus, it's going to go along with these next 2 core elements here. And next one is pain points. So your content needs to address your industry's deepest pain points. They need to feel so understood that they literally start crying. No, not really. I'm just kidding. But to break down your industry's pain points with some common ones I see, I'm going to give you these few things down here that are just some common ones, just so you can get an idea. So some primary pain points I see are time constraints, margins are low, can't generate leads, no idea how to scale, systems aren't working, conversion rates on sales calls are bad. So these are things that most people are going to face if they own any type of service-based business or even product-based business. Some secondary pain points. These are a little bit more broad. Are like resource allocation issues, bad market positioning, team isn't performing. So I want you to pick 3 pain points you think fit best with your audience. So the primary pain points are better because it's a little bit more specific. So if you have more of a specific offer of like what it helps with, then pick those primary pain points. If your offer is something like setting up systems where there's not like a direct outcome, go with secondary pain points. It's going to help a lot. So for me, my ICP's pain points are 0 leads on LinkedIn specifically. Nobody sees content and content doesn't convert. So yes, obviously my pain points are a lot more specific than the examples I just gave above. And that's because 1, I was just trying to give you guys some ideas to formulate your own pain points. And then 2, I've nailed down after multiple attempts what my ICP really struggles with, so I can hit at their deepest pain points, which is why it's more specific. So definitely use the ideas I gave you if you haven't already clarified your ICP's pain points. If you're a business owner or a founder or whatever, you might have already clarified these, but if you haven't, go back, make sure you have 3 pain points, and then adjust them specifically to fit with your service. So next is 3. So now you need to understand what your ICP truly wants. They don't simply want to generate more leads. They want 10 leads every month because that will mean 2 clients, and because of that, they can do X. They have a specific desire in mind, and you have to understand what that desire is and position yourself to be that solution for that desire, the outcome they want. So using these 3 pain points, I want you to find the opposites. So here's an example of mine. So my ICP is 3 pain points, like I said, where 0 leads on LinkedIn, nobody sees content, and content doesn't convert. So therefore, my ICP's 3 desires would be leads every week, predictable follower growth, and content that converts. So you see how each one of their desires goes along with their pain points, right? And this is very purposeful because then when I go to write content, I can present the problem, the pain point, and the solution, which is their desire. So they're taken through a sort of content funnel. They say, hey, yep, that's me. I have that problem. And then they're taken through to your solution, which is positioning yourself in the right light to actually sign a client. So it takes them through that whole funnel there. So now that, now that we're clear on who you're writing for, let's get into step 2, which is profile. So this is positioning yourself as the solution. So before we go into content and stuff, we need to be able to convert the viewers that are going to be on our profile. So let's begin with positioning yourself as an authority. So let's begin with the bio, specifically the war bio. The war bio is a 3-pillar framework I use to consistently create bios that are optimized, but still custom. So I hate copy and paste bios. Honestly, if I see another on my way to $10,000 a month, I will literally shoot myself because it's the dumbest thing ever. Nobody wants to work with somebody that's just getting to $10,000 a month, just getting to $100,000 a month. They want to see the results that you're providing. They don't care how much money you're at. They want the desired solution. So let's get into the framework. So the W of WAR framework is what you do. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's literally what you do. But instead of something shallow like, I'm a marketing consultant, we want to position yourself as an authority for that niche. So I help SaaS founders acquire customers through LinkedIn. That's 100 times better because now people know exactly who I help and what I do. So here's a few other examples I found on LinkedIn, just kind of scrolling through some people I know. So Eamon, I'll help you turn YouTube into your biggest revenue source. That's what he does. He helps turn YouTube into a revenue source. Jacob, helping solopreneurs sign clients with a proximity offer and power writing. That's what he does. He helps solopreneurs, specifically solopreneurs, sign clients with his systems. Adam Taylor, scaling DTC brands with performance ad creatives at Media Engineered. That's what he does. He scales DTC brands. So you can see kind of how they all state what they do. So that's great. And to recap, you need to be specific of who you help and or what you do. Next is authority. So we need to add social proof elements. So this should not be specific results, but results as a whole. So the results you've gotten through the past 6 months, past few years, however long your business has been there, you want those results as a whole in a sense. I'll show you an example here. So a bad example is I help businesses grow. Like nobody cares. Like that's not authority. Like cool. What businesses have you helped? What results have you got? That's what I want to know. So a good example is built 3 marketing agencies generating 7 figures each. So this is your authority. You've built 3 marketing agencies and they're all at 7 figures. So it's an authority. It's the broadest part of everything combined. They're all at 7 figures. So you can see how much more trust and authority is instantly formed just by a little specificity in it. Some more bios with the authority pillar that you can take inspiration from. So Dakota helped 150 entrepreneurs grow their personal brand, $3 million in results. So it's his results as a whole. 150 entrepreneurs helped, $3 million in results. Max Alexander, $39 million in e-com email sales generated. Boom, that's his results as a whole. Savannah, over 500 plus sales teams built. That's his results as a whole. And then Andy Elliott, $100 million plus company, training 11,000 plus companies and over 1 million leaders. His results as a whole. It's not his just specific results. It's not results for just one person. It's results as a whole. And this is going to position yourself as an authority that people can trust. So each one of these bios shows off the results as a whole. So to summarize this, show off your business completes results. Next is results. So this is pretty similar to authority, but it's still a little bit different because you're going to be showing what your specific results are. So this would preferably relate to your offer. So if your offer was 10 leads in 30 days with cold email, or you don't pay, then your bio results should be something like 10 leads generated monthly for 27 clients. So it's like taking the specific results of what you're doing for your client and then putting it in your bio. So here's a few examples. So grow your e-com agency to $50,000 a month without the BS. So this is saying, hey, these are the results that you get from it. This is what I'm doing. You get $50,000 a month. So he's calling out one specific type of person. He's not putting his results as a whole. And then Jake Ward, he says making $20 million a year for our clients. So he's making $20 million a year for each one of his clients. I'm not completely sure that's what he's actually doing, but that was kind of the result, or that's what I took from it. So the final words is show off your offer with results to back it up. Very similar to authority, but just a little more specific. So now what you do is choose two pillars and create your bio. So you can do W and A, you can do A and R and W. So here's my bio. LinkedIn ghostwriting for founders plus agency owners, funneling leads through custom content, adding thousands of followers for my clients. So I use the W, what you do, and then the R, which is the results. So I'm saying adding thousands of followers for my clients. It's calling out the specific type of person. So profile picture. Let's keep going now. Here's a checklist of what you want for a perfect profile picture. Many people care too much about like the visual part of your profile, like profile picture, banner, and it really doesn't matter that much. The whole goal of it is just to not mess it up. So you want a clear headshot, center your face, and then keep the background, or you can change it with the colors that match your color scheme. So like right here, I just removed the background, added my reddish color that relates to my brand. And then I centered it, and you can keep the background like I said. I just wanted it to match my color or my themes, my brand's theme colors, which is why I switched it. If it's a little more busy, I suggest probably taking or getting rid of the background. Otherwise, it doesn't matter that much though. Next, so banner, like I was saying, banners really do not matter that much. Nobody really cares or looks at them. The main thing is just not messing it up. So you want to keep it simple with one of these three templates. So number one is the basic business logo plus results logos. So like what I have here is I have my business logo, and then I have the results of the brands I've worked with. Next is business tagline plus colors. So this is one of my clients that I worked with, and this was his banner. He has entrepreneurs are heroes, and every hero needs a sidekick. So that's his tagline, and then he had his colors in the background. And lastly here is just a personal picture. So this was one of my friends, actually from Twitter, and this was his banner. Keep pulling that up on accident. So any one of these gets the job done well. Personally, I like to keep my business centered on my business and not my personal life so much. So I wouldn't go with the personal profile or the personal banner picture myself, but it is a good way to kind of like flex your lifestyle or just show like something like your backstory in a sense. Like I was saying, kind of the banner can be a great touch to your profile and make you seem more real. Next is your featured section format. So this is your featured section here, and this is basically how it will look before you do anything to it. So if anyone clicks on your profile, they're going to see this section with nothing on it, meaning that you need to optimize it for your viewers. So I use the 3-point format for my featured sections. So my primary link is a high converting landing page link. So this is my landing page here that I put. Secondary, content for your ICP showing results. So this is one of my better posts that calls out my specific audience and really helps them. So I call out founders here because I help founders on LinkedIn. And then lastly is a valuable resource. So this is like a giveaway or a newsletter sign up. So I did the newsletter sign up, but you can put a free resource there like a Google Doc, a Gamma Doc, a video, something where it's just like external value to the content that you're putting out. So I like to follow that 3-step framework in order so that they're getting pretty much everything they need because it really is an upsell at every stage for your viewer because the buyers on your profile are going to click on the site link and be able to book a call. The lurkers, the people that are just kind of looking around, they're maybe not ready to buy yet, but they're also still, they're interested in you enough that they'll go and subscribe on my email list. And then the freebies, the people not really interested, they just kind of want to get some value, are going to read the content here. So it's the perfect upsell at every stage, like I was saying. It's a great way to push people into your funnel. Next is the color scheme. So brand consistency matters at every step of your business. If you want to look professional, you need a common color scheme. So for me, I use red, white, and black. And now, whenever I create visuals, people know that it belongs to me. Like, I would say like half the people, if they were just scrolling through the timeline and they saw one of my visuals, would be like, oh yeah, that's Logan's visual, because they recognize those colors that go along with it. It also creates a sense of like exclusivity because it's my value with my colors. It's not just this random like Google Doc, like it's specific because I put in the time. It's the specific value that I'm teaching you. It's honestly like a psychological trigger signaling a professional business. So choose 2 to 3 colors or just use whatever colors are on your site or in your profile picture, and those can be your colors. These are my colors that I'm using right now. Step 3 is content. So this isn't the course for me to teach you how to write. I'm sorry, but it's what type of content you should be posting to convert viewers. So if you want to learn how to write, go find another one of my resources or someone else's resource. When I'm creating content though, I follow after 3 levels of content. 1, top of funnel content. 2 is middle of funnel content. And then 3 is bottom of funnel content. So it's a funnel progression. You take viewers and warm them up to becoming buyers. So let's go more in depth on each one of these 3 levels. So top of funnel content. So the purpose is to attract and engage new viewers. The types of posts you should be creating are 1, stories. So telling stories about your experience with X topic will help people to follow along easily with who you are and just get that personal side that they're not going to otherwise get if you're just posting straight up ChatGPT value. And this is how you're going to become likable and get people onto your profile to check out what else you've gotten to. So once again, it's a great funnel. You get people on because you're hitting the emotional side of them, but they're also going to see the extra value that I'll talk about in the middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content. Next is shallow ideas. So shallow ideas are almost like platitudes, if not platitudes. They're there for your target audience, but everyone already kind of knows the lesson. It's just a nice reminder almost. So these are going to generate good engagement due to it being a platitude. So here's like an example I used. Why is the content I write better than 90% of accounts? It's because I write content that's applicable. And let me explain. So I kind of go over why my content's applicable, how I did that. But everyone knows that you should be creating applicable content. So like it's just this very shallow idea, but people for some reason just gravitate to it because I believe they think of themselves as knowing it. They think of themselves as smart because they know what you're talking about. And they want to go and comment to add like extra value. So it gets extra engagement onto your platform and gets them to actually click on your profile. And 3 is your personal life. So similar to stories, but really it's just like recent updates to your life or what's going on in your business. You can show behind the scenes as well. So it's no value at all. It's just showing off the real you. So a while ago, I posted, just moved into my first place, all paid for with internet money. No value at all, but people were like, oh, okay, that's cool. They congratulated me. So that is a good way to just start attracting a real audience. So like I said, the entire purpose of top of funnel content is to get people in the door without sacrificing yourself for platitude post or clickbait. So middle of funnel content, let's keep going. So the purpose of it is to build authority and showcase expertise to begin warming up your audience. So your audience is starting to come onto your profile from the top of funnel content, but now you need to start converting them a little bit. So these are the types of posts you should be creating. 1, hit on pain points and objections. So you want to expose your ICP's pain points plus your objections. So now you're really going to see why it's so important to identify your audience like we did earlier, because now you know exactly what to post to hit on their pain points. So these are some examples that are going to help you kind of see what I'm talking about here. So added 450 followers in 2 months to a dead account on LinkedIn recently. This is how I did it. So this is how. So the people that have a dead account on LinkedIn are going to be like, oh, okay, what's he talking about here? I need to learn this. So I'm hitting on the pain points that they have already. I've written and mentored 20 plus agency owners and CEOs. These are the 7 biggest problems I see. So I'm calling out the problems that specifically agency owners and CEOs have. So if they're an agency owner or CEO, they're going to be like, oh no, what mistakes am I making? How can I fix this? And they're going to be going on there. So I'm hitting on their pain points again. Next is how-to/checklist. Pretty much the same thing. So you want to showcase your expertise with how to post. They should not give away the exact systems, but instead just like the gist of what the system is or how it can help. So here's a bad example. You want to incorporate testimonials into your how-to content midway through the post. They need to add a CTA that is 5 words long. It directly relates to your post, blah, 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 blah. Way too much value there. It's giving too much away to the point where they can just go and implement that without needing your service. So you are not the solution anymore. Your content was the solution. They don't need your service. They're not going to buy. We do not want to do that. So what we could say is post results-driven content to generate leads. Boom. We're still telling them exactly what to do, but it's not so much in depth that they can go and implement it. They need to ask you, hey, what's a results-driven or post? How can I do this? Can you do this for me? And that's really going to get people into your funnel. So here's a few examples. So how to add 100 followers next week? Follow this content plan I created for you. And then I list off like, hey, follow this plan. I told them the type of post that they should be posting, but I didn't give them like exact frameworks or something to do it. Another example, struggling with content ideas that attract clients. This is how ChatGPT helps me ideate 200 posts weekly. And then I give kind of the systems of how I use ChatGPT to do this, but I didn't give away the exact prompts to do this. So they still need my help if they want this. 3, carousel posts. So you want to choose one of your most valuable posts, one of your bottom of funnel content. We're going to talk about this later, and you can go back and watch this part again. But just to put it out there, you want to simplify the bottom of funnel content as much as possible. You want to split it up into points. Each point is going to be a different slide on the carousel. So carousel posts automatically perform well in LinkedIn's algorithm, making them a must. They're going to generate so much more engagement and get you a lot more followers just because LinkedIn actively promotes it. Carousel posts are the best middle of funnel content in my opinion because they still get engagement but also have a fair amount of value. So your content here should be semi-valuable. Give away value without giving away the exact steps to do it. You're warming up your viewers and showing yourself to know what you're doing. That's the point of middle of funnel content. So bottom of funnel. The purpose is to convert warmed up viewers to leads. The type of posts that you should be creating here are 1, case studies. So you want to showcase real results you've achieved for clients. So my client got X. This is how we did it. That's what I'm putting here. So here's how my content makes my client $10,000 a month. Here's his funnel. Boom. I'm giving away the exact systems of how to do it. I'm saying, hey, you don't need to do outreach. Like there's just an extreme amount of value, but it's a case study so that people are like, oh, okay, he's actually doing this for someone else. Maybe he can do this for myself as well. In this post, I have the perfect mix of applicable content mixed with results. so my dream clients can see what I can do for them if they join my service. So I'm telling kind of how to do it, but I'm also sharing the results behind it so they can get that idea in their head of, hey, this is how Logan can help me if I join his service. Next is results screenshots. So this is simply a screenshot of the results you got for a client. So I reached 360,000 accounts in 14 days without ever posting on LinkedIn. Let me explain what's really going on. And then I share like how I did this for my client. So either them sending a message saying the results they got, like your client sending So your client sending a message of the results they got from your service. You can post that. Or you can take a screenshot of the results, like a dashboard or emails, whatever it may be, or like a screenshot of these results like I have here. And then you just post it by itself. So third here is video testimonials. So let's satisfy clients, tell their experience working with you. They can just cut it up into small clips and add like a one-line caption about what you did and who it was for. So like for me, I went on a case study video with Christian, one of my clients, and he talked about what we did for him, and I asked a bunch of questions, and then I split it up into multiple videos, and I posted one. So I said, revive Christian Bonnier's LinkedIn account and add hundreds of followers in the last 3 months of working. And then I let the video explain like what he said about my service. And that's just a great way to show off the proof of your results. Next is giveaways. So you want to post 2 to 3 giveaways a month as they generate a ton of engagement, but still get leads in the door. So all you need to do for this is show off the results of what your giveaway will do, and then say like comment X and I'll DM you the doc, video, email, etc. So here's an example of this. So this is only for clients paying $15,000 or $1,500 to $2,500. It's the 15-day content strategy I use to add $12,000 MRR for my client. And then I was like, hey, comment grow and I'll send it to you, whatever. So I'm sharing like, this is exactly what it's done. It's at $12,000 MRR. My clients are paying $15,000 or $1,500 for it. So the perceived value goes up and they're like, okay, I want to do this for myself as well. I'm going to comment so I can get this doc from Logan. Also adding a visual is going to help it perform better. You can just do a visual, or you can do like a video, like scrolling through the doc, just to give like the viewers an idea of what they're going to receive. So your sole purpose with bottom of funnel content is not to get engagement or followers, but to convert your audience. So yes, those bottom of funnel posts types will get you right to the edge, but you also need a strong call to action, like I'm going to talk about here. So here's some call to action templates that you should be having at the bottom of your bottom of funnel content to actually get them over the edge onto your newsletter or your into your DMs or on your site to book a call. You want to close them off here. So here's 3 sample templates you can use for CTAs. 1, DM for more. So super simple way to get inbound leads. You can say, hey, want these results? DM me grow to get started. I mean, I use this for myself. It seems kind of unconvincing, but people just need to be told what to do. They need that next step after they have understood the value that you provide. They're already convinced that they need your service. They just need to know how to get into your service. So here's a common one I use. 28 pieces of content plus 750 followers on LinkedIn in 30 days, or the content is on the house. DM grow to talk. And I say 2 spots left. And then if people want that, they'll just DM me grow. I've gotten quite a few inbound leads from this. Number 2 is sign up for the newsletter. So getting them on your newsletter is a free ticket telling you that they want to be sold to. If they're on your newsletter, they're saying, hey, I want more value. I want to be sold to, because what they're being sold is extra value. So you can relate your CTA to the thread like this. Interested in building a complete e-com funnel for your products? Join my newsletter for weekly breakdowns. And then you put the link there. If I wrote an e-com funnel thread, then I can easily put that in there. And people are like, oh yeah, this is extra value. It's relevant to the thread that I already read and liked. I am going to sign up for the newsletter. You can also just take these templates here and just repurpose them for yourself. 3 is click my site. So it's just the same as the rest. You say, want to achieve like these results for your business, learn how you can here, and then you put a site link And people can click on that link, see what else you do on your site, and then go and decide to book a call. So CTAs don't really need to be complicated. They just need to clearly outline a next step for a viewer ready to become a client. So here's some hook frameworks for your content. I know I told you I wasn't going to help you writing, but I couldn't resist helping you a little bit as I was writing this out. So here's 3 frameworks I use that you can steal and repurpose the examples. So what you're going to do here is the hook, and then you can just like add on. So once I have a hook, I can easily just start writing based on that hook. So I'm just kind of giving you that idea to get going on. So 1 is pattern interrupts. The LinkedIn myth costing you clients. Why most LinkedIn advice fails. The uncomfortable truth about personal branding. They're all pattern interrupts. People are like, what's the myth costing me clients? Why is most LinkedIn account bad? Or why is most LinkedIn advice bad? It makes them stop and say, wait, what? And then it makes them go and click on the content. That's a pattern interrupt. Next is numbers based. How I generated 100 leads in 30 days. 3 LinkedIn mistakes killing your reach. The 5-minute daily habit that 2x'd my results. They're all numbers based, and numbers stand out to people. It's a pattern interrupt in a sense from the typical text. 3 is curiosity driven. The simple shift that changed everything. What nobody tells you about LinkedIn growth. The counterintuitive way to get clients. These all drive insane amounts of curiosity to the viewer's brain. And it makes them say, okay, I need to go and understand what is going on here. So we're done with the content section. So let's finish up strong with step 4, DMs. My mouth is getting very dry right now. I might need to stop this. But let's keep going. So there's 4 central points when you're going to be sending DMs. 1, when you get a new follower. 2, when someone accepts a request. 3, when someone comments on your post. And 4, cold outreach. So you will not be DMing just anyone. You need to be DMing the qualified ones because we don't want to waste your time here. You're a founder. You're busy. Why in the world should we be DMing every person? If someone's telling you that, do not listen to them. That's ridiculous. It's not that you can't do that, but unless you're automating everything and risking getting banned on LinkedIn, you should just be doing hyper-personalized DMs to very specific people. So a way that you can qualify them is to check out their profile and look for signs qualifying them. So you want to look at their bio. They're going to have results in there that can say, hey, yep, I believe that he's got results. He would fit my ICP. I'm going to DM him. So like results like made $30 million for my clients. Like, okay, he's obviously got good money. Now I can go and DM because he's obviously qualified. You can look at their content. You can look at their site and just look for any things that signal that they are a part of your ICP. Once they're qualified, DM them using these strategies to turn them into paying clients. I should also note for now that the connection strategy to be working, for the connection strategy to be working, you must be sending 20 plus connections daily. At least 20. But if you can go up to like 27, 28, you only get 200 connections requests a week. So you need to be making sure that those count. And the more the better, obviously. But they need to be hyper-specific connection requests. So let's get into each strategy. So this is the new follower strategy. So whenever you get a new follower, you can follow this template. Hey, name, appreciate the follow. This is the compliment. Noticed this is going to be a specific observation about their profile or business. What's your biggest challenge with relevant topic right now? And this is hitting on the pain point, and it's also a business question. So I'll give you this example here so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. So, hey, Logan, appreciate the follow. That's the compliment. Notice you're working on Elon Musk's LinkedIn. That's pretty cool. What's your biggest challenge with signing clients on LinkedIn right now? That's the business question that relates to my service, but it's also a call out of a pain point. And you can kind of see it like how smooth that is. It gives them a compliment. So they're like, oh, okay, this guy's nice. He's doing his research on me. I did follow him. And then it's also, the compliment is actually a little bit here because you're saying, hey, I noticed that you did X. You're working on Elon Musk's LinkedIn. That's showing that they're doing a little bit of research. So do a little bit of research before you actually DM people. And then you're also asking a relevant business question. So you compliment and ask a question relating to your service. The compliment opens the door. and the business question gets the conversation started in the right direction. Ask a relevant question to your service. Don't make it so obvious, though, that you're just trying to sell them. From there, continue to add value and be genuine while pushing for a call if it makes sense. So here's the connection exception. The connection accepted strategy. I almost said connection exception strategy. That's actually better, probably. Once you see a qualified connection accepts, you must immediately DM them. So you see that alert in your on your LinkedIn, and you're like, okay, they accepted my request. I need to go and DM them immediately. They're showing you that they trust you by accepting your request, and you're also top of mind at that very moment, making it easier to get a response back. So here's a template I use. $10 million generated for fitness brands is great. Nice work. There's the compliment. By the way, I noticed your site doesn't have a bunch of your recent client results. And then I'm asking about a relevant pain point. And then what I'm going down here with my example is I'm adding on to that a little bit. So I'll explain this a little bit better with my example of what I mean here. I recently helped Logan Gott, an agency owner, create visuals showing off their client results for their site. I've added four leads that said they were impressed with the results they saw in the visuals. I created a video for you showing how to do it for your site too. Mind if I share it? Looks like it's beautiful in Florida right now. How long have you lived down there? So I'm sharing my compliment. Actually, this compliment was supposed to be down here. I don't know why I messed that up. But I would say like $10 million generated for fitness brands is great. Nice work. This is a compliment. It's not like an insane compliment. It's just like, hey, that's cool. Like I don't care too much. I'm not like super impressed, but I'm giving them a compliment. And then I've recently helped X person do this. So they're like, okay, he's helped similar people in my niche do this. And then you're saying the results that you got for them. And then you're also saying, hey, I have this asset that I created that can really help you. Mind if I share it? And then you're also finishing off with a strong compliment. So what's going to be happening here is that you're going to notice that when I'm going to send line 1, the compliment, so that it's at the top of their inbox. Line 2 is the pain point. Send it. Line 3 is the solution. Then I'm going to send it. And then line 4 is the compliment. And I'm going to send that. They're all individual messages. And this makes sense so they get pinged for each message. So they're going to see 4 messages at least. You can do like 3 to 5 messages. And they're going to see, hey, he's like interested in talking to me. And then your final compliment right here is what they're going to see when they open their DMs. So when they open their DMs, the last message that you sent is what they're going to see. So if you sent this as a whole, they're going to see $10 million generated for fitness brands is great. And be like, I mean, it's a compliment, but it seems like they're kind of selling me. But if they see this last compliment, this broader compliment, they're going to be like, looks like it's beautiful in Florida. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. He's just probably interested in me. You seem like a cool guy to talk to. They're going to be like, okay, I'm going to open that. So it's way more likely they'll open if they see that compliment compared to asking, hey, can I send an asset in like, if you just end it here, mind if I share it? They're going to be like, what the heck? He's just trying to sell me. I'm not opening that DM. No way. So it's going to help a lot of actually getting them to open the DM. You also want to make sure, like I was saying, your compliments aren't overboard. You don't want to act too impressed. Otherwise, they're going to be like, okay, he's just acting fake. He's trying to butter me up. Or he has a really bad service and he's impressed with just any results. So don't give generic compliments either. Do a little bit of research so the compliment feels genuine. So this is the same method I use for my cold outreach, which is why I'm not going to go over it right now. So it starts with compliment, pain point, solution, compliment. Follow this strategy. Like I said, I kind of messed this up here, but that's the strategy if you just add this to the top. Continuing to the comment strategy, the last strategy here is whenever you get a comment that says they found your content helpful or say something relevant to your content, go and DM them. You do need to be a little bit less salesy. Otherwise, you're going to completely like turn them off. So here's a template. Hey, name, thanks for the engagement on my post. Relevant compliment. Are you getting into niche? Whatever niche like you're in, just start the conversation on the right foot so it's still related to your business somewhat? That's your business question. And then finish it off with love blank, something that you saw in their profile, something that you saw in their content. So if you saw like, hey, they have a cat, or maybe they have a family, and it's like, hey, love, or hey, beautiful family, whatever it may be. This is something I learned from Ty Frankel. And it's just a great way to actually get prospect talking. So here's an example. Hey, John, thanks for the engagement on my posts. Are you getting into YouTube? So if you have a YouTube service, perfect way to get the conversation going. Love the case study with David. The dream system definitely works. Boom, you're showing that you actually care about them. You actually did your research. You saw that it was David that they're working with. You saw the DM system that they used to get David results. You're just showing that you're actually caring about them. It's not just merely a sale that you're trying to get from John. So just like the connection accepted strategy, you want to split up each line and end with a compliment. So to sum up the DM section as a whole, show you've done your research, keep it all relevant, compliment, and push for a call. Now you have everything you need to go and sign some clients on LinkedIn. But if you have any further questions, just send me a DM on LinkedIn or Twitter. I'm a little bit more active on those platforms compared to YouTube. So be sure to send me a link or a DM there. Happy to help. Or maybe you guys just don't have time to implement this yourself. I know you're a business owner or founder, but maybe growing your LinkedIn and attracting leads is a big deal to you. And I'm happy to help. I'll put a link to my site down below. Go click on that and feel free to book in a call, and we can discuss how we can get results for your LinkedIn account. All right, I'll see you guys later.